Okay. This story, you could explain this in 60 seconds. A guy met a girl online, they flirt, they vibe, they meet up, they hook up, and then months later, he found out that girl was a 38 years old man. And the end. Or at least it should have been, but the internet, oh no, the internet find out he wasn't the only one. Not 10, not in 100, over 1,600 men allegedly slept with Sister Hong, thinking she was their secret girlfriend. Leaked video, Telegram receipt, face reveal, gay panic, public meltdown. People wasn't just shocked, they was glitching. Some say it was rape by deception. Others say, how did you not know? And then come the fruit basket rumor, the cooking oil tribute, and the neighbor confirming that she gave away the gifts because she had too many lovers bring presents. So let's slow down. Let's actually look at what happened, because when a man rebrand himself as a woman, fools 1,000 men and become the full-blown Fox legend in China, that's not just a scandal, that's the internet history, okay? You are listening to What Happened on the Internet on the Daily Avocado Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Nick. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you found your way into this chaotic corner of the internet. Here we gossip about the gossip. I dissect netizen reaction, overanalyze stranger love lives, and occasionally pretend I'm a licensed therapist with zero credential. If it's happened online and it's make people pause their skincare routine to scream what the F into the void, we're talking about it. If you've been here before, welcome back. You already know what we are here about, and thank you for the continued support. As usual, I have to mention that English is not my first language. You may have noticed this by now, and so please be patient with me when I stumble over words or mispronounce something. I will try my best to go slower and clear when it's rocky for my tongue. On the R and the da and the tha. It's hard, okay? English is a hard language. All right, let's get into it. Before she was Sister Hong, okay, I have to clarify the name in Chinese and Vietnamese. It sounds like Hong Tie, which means Sister Pink, the lady in pink, or the lady in, not pink like girly, but pink in a Bordeaux wine color. Is the color of like mature sexual desire. Attraction, okay? So let's go for Sister Hong or Lady Hong. Before he was Lady Hong, before the lace wig and the pink flush and the hello baby voice message, she was just a man named Zhao, a middle-aged guy from Nanjing, China, married, father, average life. Nothing dramatic, but then his wife died. Now, at this point, I kind of concerned for his wife, okay? He's 38 and she died 8 years ago. That's a young age to die, but don't let my curiosity might throw us off the main story here, okay? Then Zhao wife die, and something inside Zhao just cracked open like a cold soda on a hot day. It's busted. He looked around in his grieving life and say, you know what? I'm done. I've seen enough. It's my turn. He didn't just grieve normally. He transformed himself. Gone was the sad widow income sister Hong, Lady Hong, a female feminine persona with a full online life. Selfie, flirty DM, and the kind of voice memo that make romance packed an overnight bag. No surgery, no hormone therapy, okay? No surgery, no hormone therapy. Nothing, just makeup and wig. Just vibe, wig, and confident. And there wasn't just a catfish account, there was a one-person marketing agency of delusion. She knew her angle, she knew how to text the man, and most importantly, she knew what man wanted to hear. I need a playbook book written by Lady Hong, even if they didn't want to hear it from a man. You have to give her credit. There wasn't just a scam, it was a performance art, because Lady Hong didn't just catfish, she created a character so believable it passed the 3 a.m. hotel room test over 1,600 times. Why there was no confirmation that Zhao, Lady Hong, was even a professional makeup artist, he definitely lived for the makeup. Heavy foundation but blunt cut wig followed with flower blouse and that soft, breathy voice that sounded fantasy. Okay, some TikTok beauty creator are even reacting. Lady Hong makeup tutorial calling it performance art, not just makeup. Sister would wake up early in the morning, not to drink coffee, but spend 2 hours in front of a mirror turning himself into a woman. Around 10 a.m., he would be online and start his live streaming. Camera set, soft music, lighting better than half the influencer I follow and myself, okay? And suddenly he's not Zhao from Nanjing anymore. She's the Lady Hong, sweet and soft and feminine. She giggles, she flirts, she fake pauses when someone asks why you look kind of like a man. She never get angry. She never rage at the bad comment. She get all hot and goes, "You break my heart, don't you?" With a little lip trembling that I cannot do. And the guy, they just fall for it because every time, I mean, how could you be so rude to a sweet myth who's just looking for a little connection online? At first glance, okay, it sounds like the internet was again exaggerate a little something into something. There is no way that she seduced that many guys. But the number keep growing, 100, a few hundred, and then someone dropped the final box, claiming 1,600 different men. Okay, how big is her little town that she live in? She probably have sexual relationship with almost all of the men in the neighborhood, and and the thing is, the police after they discover all of the picture of all the victim, they actually posted it publicly. And there are many broken family because the wife suddenly found out seeing picture of her husband on this list of victims. And let me be clear again, this wasn't 1,600 followers that Lady Hong had online. There was 1,600 men who physically show up to her house with gift and, let's just say, got a full service experience, okay? From beginning to end. It is to believe that Lady Hong had one single rule to meet her. You gotta be a gentleman and you gotta show up with gift. Nothing expensive, nothing fancy, okay? There was rural China. They brought what they had, cooking oil, fruit basket, carton of milk. One man may show up with a live chicken for all we know. She had so many gifts, she was giving them to her neighbor. When police checked the crime scene, there was stack of half the room of cooking oil bottle of different size. The fruit that she received, she cannot eat all of them by herself, so she could give them to the neighbor. Everyone in the neighborhood know of Miss Hong as a generous, friendly neighbor widow. Meanwhile, the men, some of them had no idea. They thought they were dating a soft, shy, slightly awkward woman who just didn't like public attention. No social media, no public photo, no loud voice, perfect cover. And yes, some men come back multiple times. They didn't just fall once. They make it a habit. They cook her dinner, stay the night. One guy even called her wifey. At this point, I don't know what's more shocking, that she pulled it off, or that not one of them figured it out during the the light was off, the delusion was strong, maybe the voice was feminine enough, but before we can crush our head powdering whether they know or not, or who know and who doesn't know, I just want to pause for a second and do some math, because 1,600 men that's not just an enormous number of one-night stand. That's a logistic masterpiece, okay? Let's say that Lady Hong operation started right after his wife passed. Reporters say that it was around 2016, and then the scandal get its ball in 2025, so that 8 years of full-time hospitality work. Now 1,600 divided by 8 years, that's 200 men a year. 200 divided by 12 months, so it's around 16, 17 men per month, which is about 4 guys per week. we don't count the one that come back. Okay, this is straight on. And that's one guy every other day minimum, and that doesn't even include the return visitor and the no-show and the one who brought bad fruit and got blocked. Okay, this man was operating like a human version of Airbnb, full schedule, no refund policy, strict check-in time. Like, what do you even put in your daily schedule and planner? Monday, live stream. Tuesday, makeup at 9 a.m. A man number 842 by noon. Wednesday, give the neighbor that says apple. It's not just the number, it's the consistency. There wasn't a why weekend decide to dress up like a woman and have some weird sexual, anyway, this was a full-blown career path. If it wasn't in the league, one night some guy was scrolling on his phone and mind his own business, when suddenly there's a video. And it's very easy for you to recognize yourself in a video. Like, you flash through it and you see, that's me, what I was doing, who's filming me, where was it? It's ranky, it's shaky, but clear enough to see that Lady Hong in bed with him, and that clip was spread faster than fake celebrity breakup. Because by the morning, it was everywhere. The clip of this random man in China having intimate act with a woman, and he found it out and he went to the police for it. By the morning, it was everywhere. WeChat group, random Telegram channel, people wasn't just sharing it, they were reacting like they just seen the Marvel plot twist. TikTok style reaction video pop up everywhere overnight. Some people were screaming into their camera, others were crying from laughter, and a few were zooming in like amateur CSI agent trying to confirm the gender of the lady in pink. And then come the personal trauma dumping. This remind me of my ex, except he was unemployed for 6 years and stole my dog. Like, thank you for your contribution, Jessica. Of course, the defense show up too, okay? Why are you shaming her? We don't know the background story enough, okay? He brought her a 5 liter of cooking oil. What pattern are we missing? And just like that, Lady Hong went from local rumor to national meme. The comment section open mic contest, okay? Comment one, statistically speaking, she probably dates more men than I have met in my entire life. And it's true for so many of us. Comment two, imagine thinking you're special and then realize you just Wednesday appointment. Comment three, you thought you was walking into romance. Turn out it was a delayed gender review, a test of manlyhood, and I'm telling the odds are against you. And the theory, some people swore she had supernatural charm. They just never had the light on, maybe? Reaction was even messier on Dao Ying. One guy did a full parody skit where he played both the roles himself, bringing Sister Hong fruit and Sister Hong fakes pouting. Why? You ask me why I look like a man. Oh. This is why I don't date anymore. This happened to my cousin in 2009. My husband once pretended to be a woman online and all I got was the bill for the week. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, a small army of fans start calling her a legend, the queen of 1600, the empress of cooking oil, meme everywhere. The internet wasn't just talking about her, they were building her a legacy. Lady Hong had been roasted, meme, defense, and crowned the patrol saint of poor lighting. There are so many hypotheses of why most of the men continue doing whatever they come to her place to do after, of course, they know. Why many of these men return for more on multiple occasions would better give for the lady. Sister Hong served a non-string attachment relationship. Feminist was through the roof. She was soft-spoken, understanding, and do not ask any from these men except the decency to be a gentleman and bring gift to the lady house. One thing we do know for sure is why Lady Hong did what he did. What motivated her to open her door, her arm, and her camera lens to so many men? Money, sure. But not just money. Lady Hong saw an untapped market and thought, why stop at one income stream when you can have 2 or 3? Because every single private moment in her home wasn't just between her and the guest. It was also between her, the guest, and her very active recording equipment. She filmed them, all of them. And then, here's the genius part, she sold the video online. Forget passive income, there was passive entertainment income. Some people flip house. Lady Hong flip and counter, and the inventory keeps just restocking itself. These men was essentially bring her gift and free content, like walking, talking, occasionally morning care package. And how do we know all of this? Because eventually the police got involved. They raided her house, okay? And you know what? Let's just say that Lady Hong computer, because what they found wasn't just a few stray clips. It was a digital library, an endless catalog, the Netflix of unsuspecting men. We're talking about inside folders, labeled like she was running a library, with date, timestamp, probably even best angle playlist. You almost want to applaud the organization, okay? But since we got the evidence, let's do a little math break, yeah? This number of, the number of this case is so insane that this is the second time we have to stop and bring out a calculator, because while Lady Hong was busy hosting events, she was also running what was essentially a subscription service. Reports say that access to the video was about 150 Chinese yuan, roughly $21. Now, let's play conservative because 500 paying member, that's 70,000 won, about $10,000 just to peek into the library. 2,000 member, $40,000. 10,000 member, you're looking at 210, okay? $1,000. At this point, the gift doesn't really matter anymore because even if she can run a full-on functioning grocery store with those gifts, the income is inferior. So why the gift though? Why is that the rule that they have to bring the gift? Is there a bigger psychological trap behind this little rule that she had? I'm not a psychologist myself, and I'm not very good with words. So let the online psychologist speak to you. From the sea of comments, there are some of which I found can be combined to form a sounded theory of why the gift given rule was actually playing in Lady Hong's favor psychologically. On the surface, it's just being a gentleman. You visit a lady, you bring something nice. Instead, putting you in the position of the gift giver, the one that are generous and bring joy to the house. Wonderful start for the date. Another thing about gift, they're not just things, they commitment. You hand over a gift as required. You pass the first test, so to speak, and suddenly you put a little bit of skin in the game. And the human brain, it hates feeling like it's wasted an investment. I don't say that these respectable men would forego the unspeakable just because they have invested 50 cents on a bottle of cooking oil. No. I'm saying the silent automatic response of a human brain is tricky, and it is that is something unexplainable for us. So what did we learn here today? Other than the fact that 1,600 men apparently share one brain cell and is permanently set to don't ask questions. So what did we learn here? We learned that people desire can be varied. Some are curious, some are willing to experience, and some don't really care about labels if the experience is interesting enough and pleasant enough. That in itself, not a problem. The real problem here is consent, okay? Not to the encounter itself, but to become an unknowing star in Lady Hong. Let's call it a premium content library. Whatever happened behind closed doors was between the people involved. But when those doors lead straight to the internet without your permission or knowing, that when the line gets crossed. So no matter where you land on did they know debate, one thing is clear. What you do in private should stay private unless you decide otherwise. And that's enough for today internet gossip. If you ever reach into someone's pen and found more questions than answer, I'll see you in the comment. Stay safe and stay free.